According to Wikipedia, flirting can be done by what you say, what you write, and how you use your body. And while public displays of flirtation tend to be pretty easy to spot, this video is about how to use all of these three things, which I call the flirt trifecta: words, messages, and body language. And if you use these three things the right way, it's gonna be super easy for you to get the person you want to want you back. And isn't that what flirting's all about? I think so. Let's dive into the first lesson you guys need to know. Watch Chelsea Handler here. She had been a guest on the Live with Kelly and Michael show, and a lot of fuss was made over the flirtatious vibe going on between Chelsea and Michael Strawn. Watch that. And the next time Chelsea was on the show, she actually admitted that there had been some sparks between them.
Last time I was on, everybody said we had major chemistry.
Oh yeah, people said
people were saying that you were hitting on me.
And then some.
You were hitting on me, you were throwing your body at me. And I just want you to know I appreciate it.
Michael decided that it was time for the business of flirting to resume, and these two were back at the races.
I will strap myself down for this interview.
Yeah, okay, well don't use the word strap around me again.
Before Chelsea brought her flirtathon to a reveal-all conclusion.
We
would have a lot of fun together.
Well, I love black guys.
You?
You do. So there you have it.
And just watch Michael here. He's basically grinning from ear to ear. Now fast forward to when Chelsea had Michael on her show and he was the guest this time. She took little time to show that the sparks were still flying.
I want to ask you before we start the interview, as a single white female talk show host, will you be staying the whole time or leaving early?
There is a huge takeaway that we can learn from Chelsea's flirting with Michael. Do not worry if you don't get the job done during one flirt session. You'll probably see that person again, and you can just pick up the flirt sparks where you left off. Guys, one of the questions I always get asked here on Ask Kimberly is, how do I know if this person is flirting with me or even wants me to flirt back? Well, my answer to that is sometimes you just need to watch for the signs. Take CARA DELEVIGNE, for example. As Aussie TV host Susan Morad prepared to go about her business of interviewing CARA at a movie premiere, she would have had every reason to think that CARA was just being friendly, until we discovered that nobody else would get this series of flirts, as CARA takes Susan up on the offer to drink from her water bottle. Even this lady in the background, CARA's publicist probably fearing the worst, senses something is going on in the moment between these two. And you'll see that CARA even lets out a woohoo. Clearly she has no worries about showing it either. The rest of this chat continues with CARA's eyes doing a bit of the walkies all over Susan's face before the two of these girls pose for a unique red carpet selfie. You know, like CARA here, sometimes the easiest thing to do is just leave the person you're flirting with in no doubt that they're at the front, left, and center of your flirtation. But guys, I would only use this technique if you're absolutely sure the person is feeling the vibes and if they're fully able and willing to flirt back. Now, we all know about the sizzling chemistry between Riverdale actors Cole Sprouse and LILI REINHART. This is a really good example of the power of just even saying nice things about someone.
You just want to make people feel better and help people get through whatever they're getting through. And I think that's a really admirable quality in someone.
But guys, you know that Cole really gets tongues wagging by the way he flirts with her on social. If you look at this tweet carefully, you'll see that he's actually teasing her by telling her that her tweet was nearly lost with all of the other messages. I love this because it's kind of funny and quirky and a little bit hilarious. This prompted Lily to say, yeah, right. Then when Lily had a particularly stunning photo shoot, Cole stood out with his message that is rarely seen these days on a platform, Instagram, that nearly everyone is using. ASL, as in age, sex, location, a question that was always used way back in the day to basically say, hey, tell me about yourself. What it did was show wit, deliberate thought, and wait for it, definite interest. You can totally flirt like these guys through your own social media messaging. Let that person know that you've put some thought into your flirt or your message. And don't be surprised if you get some really beautiful, heartfelt messages back. Now, last week we had a ball on Instagram dishing about all the concepts and personalities in the video. And this week, guys, we're doing the same thing over on Instagram after this video ends. So make sure you're following me over there to join in the conversation. It's getting juicy. Now, when the Academy of Country Music Awards honored country music legend George Strait as its Artist of the Decade All-Star Concert, Leanne Womack used the occasion to sing a song she had written especially for the King of Country. But you'll see here that she initially starts singing facing the audience, and then throughout the song she starts looking over at George while singing, and it happens regularly to the extent that George can't not look back at her. And look at Norma Strait, George's wife here, she's clearly feeling it too. Now guys, I would not encourage you to flirt with someone who's already in a relationship. But anytime you go out of your way to prepare something unexpected and everyone else is in the same old mode, you're going to make an impression. And don't worry, you don't need to prepare and sing a song. Baking cookies or other thoughtful, I spent some time to do this gifts will absolutely do. Check out who makes a determined beeline when George calls up all the artists to join him for an encore. But only this time, with George's wife a bit farther away, it's his time to turn 90 degrees and be a more than willing participant. Can you say flirt alert? Leanne has demonstrated 3 areas of flirting that you can easily replicate. Going out of your way for someone, pointing out qualities you admire about them. And if the opportunity presents itself to do so, then go all in. I have to warn you guys, these next pictures might break your heart if you're still not over Gigi and ZAYN. So look away now if you don't want to see, but back in 2016, they weren't afraid to flirt with each other even where the world could watch. Ooh, so flirty! Another couple that's really funny on Twitter is Shawn and Camila. Guys, look at the dates of these teasing tweets. This is from way back in 2015, but the teasing began that long ago. Shawn, Camila Cabello 97 is the worst at texting. Camila, Shawn Mendes, I will get better at texting when you go to sleep after 10 p.m, Grandpa. I wonder how Camila knew what time Shawn goes to sleep at. Shawn, gonna try to learn Spanish again, haha. Camila, Shawn Mendes, don't worry, you'll learn fast because you have an incredible Spanish teacher whose name rhymes with Camila Cabello. Shawn, Camila Cabello 97, haha, Camila Cabello. And while these two are just in the beginning throes of a relationship, teasing is not just reserved for the honeymoon period. Watch how Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively do this. They're still teasing each other even after all these years. Check out their cheeky posts about each other. When it was Blake's birthday, Ryan posted this seemingly adorable social media post on the pair, but almost completely cropped her out. Pretty funny, but I think Blake won this round when she shot back on Ryan's birthday with this. Happy birthday, baby. If you've been racking your brains trying to think of a way to engage with your crush, maybe it's time to turn up the teasing. But guys, don't forget to be gentle. You really don't want to offend them, and remember not to be mean when you're teasing your crush. Just keep it cute and nice. Now guys, Elle McPherson is a model and she's been modeling for a living, but something about this clip gives me the impression that she has a PhD in the art and science of flirting. I love Elle. This is what I like to call a McPherson masterclass, so guys, pay close attention. Now Cuba's not sure whether there is a connection yet, so Elle makes a point of firmly touching his arm, just to kind of say there is something going on. Yeah. Now watch and learn here. Elle is telling a story about herself where it's kind of embarrassing, so she uses the situation to say, I can't believe I did that, silly me. And in the process, she goes full touchy-feely, and Cuba is loving every minute of it. I call this the fake embarrassment flirt, and here's how you do it. You talk about a time when you were mildly embarrassed, though nothing major. We don't want you to go down the TMI pity party route, but what you do want to do is fake feeling so awkward about what happened that you have an all green light to touch and flirt as you tell your own silly me story. Go ahead and let that joke be on you, but just like Elle, be in full flirt mode when you do. Now, before you think that comedians have automatic success rate each and every time they flirt, this is totally incorrect. Chris Rock and Kristen Stewart, though, seem to have a decent connection going on, especially when they realize that the next stop for both of them was a trip to Cannes.
Yeah, we're finished. We're about to go to Cannes, actually.
Oh, right. I'm going to Cannes.
Really?
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
I'll see you next week.
Cool, man.
But any suggestions that further flirtation took place on the French Riviera were truly nipped in the bud by a now matter-of-fact like Chris.
It was 2 other. Me and that girl from Twilight was the last time. And
Kristen Stewart?
Yeah, Kristen Stewart.
How hot is that story?
Seriously? That girl from Twilight? This just goes to show that the whole flirting thing can be very much a here today, gone tomorrow kind of thing. So the lesson here is to really flirt in the moment. Don't wait a week to try and recreate a vibe that the two of you created in the here and now.
The Oscar goes to I Love My Life, Denzel Washington.
When Julia Roberts announced Denzel Washington as the winner of the Academy Award for his role in Training Day, she could hardly hide her joy when Denzel won, nor show off the touchy-feely, or do we say flirty nature of their friendship when she accompanied Zell off stage. Now, I'm not saying you need to get all buddy-buddy with Academy Award winners to do this, but it is a great example of how you flirt through celebration. Guys, let them know how happy you are for them, just like Jules. But this was all mutual flirtation, as a little later you do see Denzel very much the lead player as he and Julia resume their hug-a-thon. He so knows what he's doing and his face is inches away from Julia's. But what is absolutely not in doubt is this pretty intense flirt between friends is sealed with a kiss and plenty more eye-to-eye contact. Now that is how you flirt right back at a girl. Guys, the lesson here is if you do enjoy being flirted with, encourage more of the same by flirting right back. Michael B. Jordan is one of Hollywood's hottest properties and appears to demonstrate his flirting preference at the celebrity-to-celebrity level only.
I'm looking at your shirt. It's a nice shirt.
My eyes are up here.
Appreciate it.
Sorry.
So
Yikes. The takeaway here? Do not flirt until flirted upon. But when he was on the same chat show as British singer Cheryl Cole, he was clearly open to a little back and forth flirt tennis. Then, guys, the fireworks began. Cheryl, noticing that Michael was continuing to chime in, just had to let him know without saying, of course, that she was totally vibing with him, until finally she couldn't contain herself. Priceless. Cheryl's strategy here is to leave Michael in no doubt that in even a crowded place, in this case a chat show with other guests, he is the focus of her flirtation, even to the amusement of others. Now listen to me, the only have eyes for you flirt is one of the most powerful ways to show someone that it's all about them. Now if you're not already subscribed to my channel, guys, you definitely should be, so just take a second and click that big red button in the middle of your screen. By subscribing, you're getting weekly relationship and girl boss videos, vlogs, and even weekly Q&As. This is, in my opinion, the best community here on YouTube, and I'm so excited for you to join the fam. Yeah! Olympic gold medalist Usain Bolt is just having a standard pre-race strip down. Yeah, right, the champion sprinter knows exactly the effect getting his kid off is having on an Olympic staff member. And while this girl might not realize she's caught on camera, a very stern-looking official can see what is going on and looks over at her quite disapprovingly. Usain is using a rather innovative approach to the dress to impress flirt, but this celebrity hack is pretty subtle while also being straightforward. Put something nice on and look so good you simply can't be ignored. Perhaps a little bit less subtle though, guys, is the flirting firestorm that takes place with another athlete, this time NFL running back Adrian Peterson when he's being interviewed by the very confident NIKKI NOVAK. I'm not sure about you, but if I was to sit up close and very personal to someone, I wouldn't then be the one accusing the other of making eye contact.
making sure you run. No.
And make eye contact.
No. Yeah.
Guys, next time if you're sure that something is happening between you and the person you're flirting with, it's totally fine to point it out. Notice how Adrian senses something that might be happening and he actually invites NIKKI over to his place to play NCAA football.
You gonna practice with me?
Sure, do you want me to?
I do.
I've played before.
Pay no attention to whether it's gaming, NASCAR, IndyCar, paintballing, or any other guy thing. Show interest in what interests him. And she does a really good job of this.
I'm reading your mind now.
Oh my God. You gonna tell me what I'm thinking? Actually, don't say it out loud.
Don't say it out loud.
Oh my gosh, she's super brave. I would definitely call her a seductress in our types of flirts. Major lesson from the NIKKI NOVAK playbook. Flirting can be open to more than one interpretation. The more unclear or indefinite you are, the more you'll have him thinking, man, did that mean what I think or hope it meant? Now, Craig Ferguson's chat show was given the Late Late title for a reason, as the man from Scotland really did have a knack for bringing the flirtometer out in his lady guests. Notice the hands adjusting the outfit and running along the chair. And here, actress Kate Mara is on full flirt alert, as first she touches her legs while telling Craig his chat with a previous guest had made her jealous.
It was kind of making me jealous.
Why?
Before later telling him that all she likes to wear is shoulder pads, heels, and nothing else.
I like to do the shoulder pads and heels and then nothing else as well.
Which even leaves Craig with very little else to say. Before you think, yeah, that's fine, because it's on a late night talk show, blah, 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 you're missing the point. You do it if you're feeling chemistry, because believe it or not, people sometimes need to be encouraged a bit. Maybe celebrities seem so at ease with one another, we just mistake their actions as flirting. You're thinking, well, they're promoting a movie together, so they need to demonstrate a togetherness in the hopes of putting bums on seats, right? No. Here's the lesson. Watch and learn as Kate shows she's a real flirty. Now, as you guys know, I've done a whole video on how to use your hair to flirt, but it's worth taking a leaf out of Kate's celebrity flirt book, and instead of twirling your hair, go ahead and twirl a button or two on your shirt, or pull that blouse out a bit, as if to say, it's getting hot in here. And then there's the I've got your back flirt. Look for an opportunity to show that you care how they look. Fix something that others might notice about them, like Jillian does here. Now, if you've watched this video and you still think that your flirting might send someone running in the opposite direction, guys, don't fret. The official flirt quiz is now available. This quiz tells you if you still need a little help with your flirting game or if you're actually ready to try out your moves on someone today. To take the quiz, click on the join button of my channel and join at the Daisy level or higher. Alright you guys, I hope you love this video and I'll see you next week for another video all about relationships. Bye!